Page 50, Romanze.
Romance.
This is a melody taken out of one of the Beethoven sonatas, or sonatinas, excuse me. 6/8 time, so an eighth note's going to get a count. We're in the key of G major here, one sharp. In the right hand, it starts on a pickup. Those three, that's 4, 5, 6. Beats 4, 5, and 6, because 1, 2, and 3 in the last measure of the page. So it's 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc. It's pretty straightforward. Just follow with their fingering. You'll be fine with it. Left hand is just broken chords, and you're connecting the first two notes. This is very typical in a 3 feel. Like a lot of waltzes do this, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 4 typically get the natural accents anyway, so this reinforces that. Then in the second line, look out, we got 2 voices going. You got a dotted quarter note, stem going down, you got to hold that down as you play these others. And then here, try and connect them if you can. If you play this E with a little finger, you might have a problem because you got to go down to the D. So if you can, play the E with the 4th finger so you can connect it. The last measure of the second line. Hopefully that's not a problem. I left out the grace notes. I do this when I'm first learning a piece. I leave out the ornaments. They get in the way. Just forget them. Let's just get the piece down first. Get the piece down first. Then you can go back and add the ornaments. And that grace note is a real quick little note on the beat. So I'm going to play the B with the F sharp. So it's that. And all of the grace notes are the same way. It comes on the beat with the left hand. There. Now, like the fingering they've done in the right hand there, look at the last measure of the second line. Here, it's a 2-1. For the repeated notes, I like using different fingers on repeated notes. This is good. And then thumb for the last line, puts you in position to go on. And cross over, 3rd finger. And follow their phrasing here. The right hand, lift up between the phrases at the beginning. The last measure here. And then lift up before you go on. So it's 1, 2. Now, second line, second measure, you get an 8th rest, so that helps. You're going to lift up for that. But in the last line, lift up in the second measure between the phrases. You're here. So we can hear it. Left hand has other things going on. The left hand is different. So it's just got to do what you can in the left hand. In the last line, second measure, the left hand's here. So now the left hand, in my opinion, you don't have to phrase these. To me, this is more like a violin music or something where they're telling you how to bow it. To me, you could connect all of that together. All those in the left hand, all that together. I don't need this. This serves no purpose that I can see unless you just want to reinforce the beats 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll experiment and see what you think. You can probably find recordings of this if you could figure out which the 5th sonatina is. I'm not. Moderato speed, I think that's about as fast as I've been demonstrating here, is about there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. You think that's pretty fast. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty fast, but in 6/8 time, it's more like the pulse we're after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So that's really what we're thinking about. Now there are little boxes in here with chords: dominant 7th chord, dominant 7th chord. You see them there? Have we talked about dominant 7th chords at all? Let's go to C major. All the white keys, C to C. Every note in the scale is numbered. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 8 is 1 again. Called steps. It could be step. It could be step 1, step 4, step whatever. So if I have a 1 chord, it's built on step 1. That is 1 is the bottom note of the chord. A 4 chord is built on step 4. Fine. Well, in addition to the numbers, every one has a name. Oh boy, we gotta name everything, don't you know? Well, don't want to get into it too much. The first step is called a tonic. That's really important. You really should know that, tonic. If I do a tonic chord, I'm doing a 1 chord. I could say 1 chord, but tonic sounds a whole lot more impressive, so I do that instead. It's a tonic chord. Well, a dominant chord is the 5th step, so it's the 5 chord. And C major would be here. That's the dominant chord. A 7th, I just add another note, and that is a 5/7 chord, or a dominant 7th chord. Well, here we're in the key of G major. G major has all white keys except for, I'm here, except for the F sharp. Well, the tonic is the G chord, and the 5 chord is here. That is a D chord, it's D7. That's the dominant 7th chord. And all they're pointing out here is this is a dominant 7th chord in one of its inversions. I don't know why they're pointing it out. They're pointing it out, so the 18, there it's there. That's what that's about. Probably go into this more detail a little later on, but just right now that's enough. You know, you're going to need a while to recover from this anyway. I'd like to play this slowly, and if you want, you can play along with me. So I'm going to give me 3 counts, because this comes in on beat 4. And remember, I'm counting 8th notes here. I'm going to try it. Now, the melody's in the right hand, so play the right hand a little louder than the left if you can. If you can't, you need to work on that, because you really need to be able to do that eventually. Right hand here, left hand's here. Okay. 1, ready, go. Rest.